Good morning, class. Okay, so this is our topic for today, which is the linear interpolation. So yesterday we have discussed about what interpolation is, and as well as the finite differences. We have learned about the forward difference and backward difference, where the forward difference is used when we are trying to get an approximation which is near the start of the table, while the backward difference is used if we are trying to make an approximation which is near the end of the table. So how about this linear interpolation? So as its name suggests, this interpolation is used if we are trying to get the approximation or an approximate value using a line, okay, using a straight line. So if you could recall from the topic in analytic geometry, in order for us to make a line, we only need at least 2 points, right? So we can connect that one point to another point and we have a line already. Now, if you could see, or if you could see here from our graph, we have here points x sub 1 and x sub 2 here. Let me draw something here. Here we have here x sub 1, and it's another point, x sub 1 fx1, and another point is x sub 2 and fx2. Here we have point 1 here and another point here, which if we connect, we have a line. Okay, now we have here another point which is x fx. So if for example yung given sa atin is yun nga x sub 1 fx1 tsaka x sub 2 tsaka fx2, and if we have here the unknown na pinapakuha sa atin yung approximate, which is at x, okay, dito at x, at here. So at this point, ano yung magiging value ng f of x? So yan usually yung tanong. Ano yung magiging value, or what will be the approximate value of f of x if we are to approximate at this value? Okay? So in order for us, class, to determine the value of f of x, so we simply use you can use the method linear interpolation. Like I said, this method is giving an approximate value just by giving, or just by the usage of a straight line. So how can we do that? So based on our given points, which is x1 fx1, x2 fx2, we will make first an equation out of it. If you recall from your analytic geometry, how are we going to do that, or paano gagawa ng equation ng line? So if you could recall, there's lots of method. You can use the point intercept, the slope intercept, ano pa, yung mga 2 points, diba? 2 points of a line. Pwede kang makagawa ng equation dyan. So in this topic, we have the usage of this concept of similar triangle here. We can make use, halimbawa, itong triangle na ito. Here. This one. Ito. Saan ba nanggaling itong fx1, fx minus fx1, ito siya, fx minus fx1, fx and fx1, ito siya, ayan, and then etong fx2 and fx1, eto naman, another color, let's use another color, let's use lang, this one and this one. So what we are trying to compare here, similar triangle, di ba? Yung same na part, like for example, yung hypotenuse ng maliit na triangle, i-compare mo siya sa hypotenuse ng malaking triangle. So yun yung ginagawa natin dito. So itong fx minus fx1, eto siya yan na part. While eto naman na fx2 minus fx1, eto yan siya. Okay? So small hypotenuse and big hypotenuse. Now, how about yung denominator naman? Yung sa denominator, ginamit niya dito is yung x minus x sub 1, which is the adjacent side of your triangle. Ito siya, x minus x sub 1, ito. And the other one is x sub 2 minus x sub 1, ito siya. So, small and big adjacent part. So, yung triangle niya dito is ito, yung parang ito, yung pinaka-triangle niya. Hypotenuse and here, the adjacent part. Okay? So, based from that similar triangle, what can we get from it? So, just by manipulating the equation or the expression, you can cross multiply it, and after that, we'll be able to come up with an equation for us to solve for f of x, which is this. Here, we have f of x is equal to fx sub 1 plus x minus x sub 1 quantity fx2 minus fx1 all over x2 minus x1. So, anong ginawa niya dito? Kung i-analyze talaga natin, no? This is how he do it. He cross-multiply this, also this. So, if you cross multiply that, at if yung target mo is etong f of x, so yung mangyayari, multiply siya, di ba? So, yung gagawin mo lang, you'll have to, or you simply, hindi na lang i-cross multiply, mali. Huwag mo na lang i-cross multiply. But rather, ito na lang yung i-cross multiply mo, yung sa kabila. Ayan. So, itong buong quantity, ito na siya yan. Diba? Ito na siya. So, kinos multiply mo, so ito na siya, x minus x sub 1. Ito. Ayan na siya, yung cross multiplication niya. So, para yung matira sa kabilang side is f of x. So, transpose niya itong negative fx1 to the right side. Kaya naging positive fx1 siya. Okay? So, dyan nanggaling yung ating pinaka-equation. Now, if you could recall from our yesterday's discussion, a polynomial could be in a form of ano nga yun? Yung Newton form, power form, you have the shifted power form, di ba? If you analyze this expression or this equation of ours na nakuha natin is in what form? What do you think? What do you think is the form of this equation here? So this form is in the Newton form. Newton form siya. Ayan oh. Ito yung, 'di ba? Ito yung Newton form eh. Ito yung Newton form natin. Ito. So, ito yung equation natin. So, obviously, based on the form of this Newton, our a sub 0 here represents, or this f of x1 represents our a sub 0, while our x minus c sub 1 is etong x minus x sub 1. Ito siya. Okay? While this one here represents your a sub 1. Okay, your fx2 minus fx1 all over x2 minus x sub 1. Okay, so nasa form siya ni Newton. Now, if you analyze class, etong expression na fx2 minus fx1 all over x2 minus x1, ano siya to? Ano tong klaseng formula? If you could recall again from our analytic geometry, the formula represents your slope. The formula of a slope. Ano ba yung definition ulit ng slope? That would be rise over run. So, the formula will be, the general formula would be rise over run, or you simply change in your y side all over your change in x side, or x, or the horizontal distance, or simply y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So, kaparehas siya kasi yung fx2 natin tsaka fx1, diba, represents your y. So that, therefore, this expression here represents your slope. Okay? Or if you recall from calculus, differential calculus, in order for us to get the slope, we simply get the first derivative of the given function para makuha natin yung slope. Again, that's the first derivative. So therefore, this expression, which is a sub 1 in our format, so you simply get the first derivative of the given function. So kung may given a function ka dyan, or given equation, just get the first derivative and you'll get the value of your a sub 1. Okay? While your x here, class, etong x, eto yung unknown mo. So kung may pinapahanap na, halimbawa, approximate at the value of x which is equal to 1, like for example, so yung x, yan yung parang pinaka-unknown na pinapa-approximate natin. Hindi naman unknown, but yan yung point kung saan pinapa-approximate natin yung value ng f of x. While ito naman si sub 1, based on our format, that's x sub 1, or that's the first value of x based on the given. So this will be our working formula, class. This will be the working formula of our linear interpolation. Again, the format, in order for us to approximate a function by using linear, or by using straight line, is by the usage of this equation: f of x equals fx1 plus x minus x sub 1 times the slope of it. Okay, so for us to understand more of this, let us have an example. Okay, wait, here, this one. We have here an example. Given the data, or the table of data, we are to determine the square root of 2.5. Ano ba yung pinapahanap? Yung pinapahanap lang, class, is square root value ng square root ng 2.5, which is based sa table. But kung iisipin nyo, class, para makuha yung value ng square root of 2.5, you can simply use your calculator, right? You simply encode square root, and then encode 2.5, type equal, and that would be how much? That would be 1.5811, right? 1.5811. That's the true value of our square root of 2.5. But then, using the process of linear interpolation, which gives us approximate value. Okay? So, para magawa yan, kasi meron tayong table eh. Okay? Meron tayong table, so we need to make use of it. Now, if you can observe, this 2.5 here lies between what points? So obviously, this 2.5 lies between points 2, wait lang. How am I going to this? Ayan. It lies between 2 and 3. Diba? Itong 2.5. Ayan. Ayan, the 2.5 lies between here. So, therefore, this will be our 2 points. This will be the 2 points of our line na gagamitin natin. So, from this, our x sub 1 will be 2 and our x sub 2 will be 3. Again, the reason for this is kasi na in between siya. Okay, and based on our given table, so yung 2.5 is between 2 and 3. But of course, you can also choose other values of x sub 1 and x sub 2. You can choose 1 and 4 or you can choose 1 and 3 kasi 'di ba 2.5 still lies between 1 and 3. Pwede 'yun or kaya pwede mong piliin between 2 and 4. Pwede rin 'yun, 2 and 5. Pero syempre, hindi mo pwedeng gamitin yung points na 3 and 4 kasi yung 2.5 it doesn't lie in between na 3 and 4 na, 'di ba? So dapat yung pipiliin mo na x sub 1 tsaka x sub 2, dapat napagitnaan niya yung required mo na value. Katulad ng nasa figure natin kanina, 'di ba? Napagitnaan niya. So again, that would be our x sub 1 and our x sub 2. Now, based on our formula, based on our formula, ano nga ulit? On our formula, ano nga yung required sa atin? So we need the value of fx1. Okay, sulat muna natin fx1. Paano ba yan? Pwede kayang mag-type, wait lang, fx1. Sige, wait lang. Text editor. Okay, can I make, wait, fill form na lang siguro. Ito, text na lang. Okay. So, our fx1, paano ba yun? fx1, ayun. fx1, we are also required with, fx1, we have your x, you have your x, you have x sub 1, and you need fx2, and you have also x2, x sub 2. Okay, so what are the values of this? So based on our table, class, based on our table, okay, sandali. Keep. Okay. So based on our table, how can I this? Our fx1 will be what? So since our x sub 1 is 2, okay, since our x sub 1 is 2, so obviously our fx1 is 1.4124. Nakuha nyo ba? Ito text editor. No. Keep. Paano ba? Annotation. Ayun, annotation. So, this will be our x sub 1. So, this will be our fx1. 1.4142. Okay? Okay. This one. Picture. Ito. Fill form na lang. This one. Ito. So, 1 point. Edit. Ito. 1.4. 1, 4, 2. How about for our x? Yung x natin, class, yan yung pinaka-unknown natin, which is 2.5. Okay? The approximate value of square root of 2.5. Ayan, yeah, that will be our x. Well, x sub 1, kanina sabi ko is 2. So, what will be our fx2? So, since our x sub 1 is 2 and our x sub 2 is 3, ito class, ito yung x sub 2, 3. So, obviously, our fx2 is 1.7321. Okay? So, sulat natin 1.7321. 1.7321. And this will be 3. Yung ating x sub 2. Ayan. Check natin. Okay. So, ayan na siya. So, babalik tayo sa pinaka-formula natin, class. Ay, nag-save lang. Ayan. So, based on our equation, eto. So, substitute tayo. Ay, ano naman to? Sandali Okay. Ay, ano naman to? Okay. So, substituting, we have here, paano ba to? Okay, ayan. So, we have equals, our fx1 was 1.41, that is 4142. Okay, 4142. And then, plus, our x is 2.5 minus, our x sub 1 is 2. And then, we have their quantity. fx2 is how much? Make use of the grouping symbol, class. fx2, that is how much? 1.7321. And then, minus our fx1 is 1.4142 all over our x sub 2 is 3 and our x sub 1 is 2. Ayan. Then, close bracket. And how much will be that? Ayan. Ito. Ay, ito. Ayan. Ano kasi siya? Ayan. Ay, ayan pala. Pwede pala siyang i-ano. Dali. Ayan. Move na lang natin. Here. Ayan. So, how much? How much will be our f of x? So, using your calculator, class, we have 1.142 plus, you have there, isa-isahin natin na, 1.142. Ilan yang 2.5 minus 2? So, obviously, that is 0.5. So, you have 0.5. And then, times, okay, ilan yung 1.142 0.7321 minus 1.4142. 0.3179. 0.3179 all over. Yung denominator, 3 minus 2, that is 1. Okay. So, how much is that? Ayun na natin. Equals, so we have 1.142 plus, we have 0.5 times 3179. 1 point. Wait lang. Wait lang ha. 0.3. Let us check. Okay, let us check first. I'm sorry. Mali pala yung natin, class. This is, kindly correct, this is 1.4142. 1.4142. Okay, kindly checked. 1.4142 plus 0.5, 0.31. Okay, so we have 1.5732. Ayan. So, that is our answer, class. Oo. That is the approximation na ibibigay sa atin, or that is the approximation of square root of 2.5 using the linear interpolation. Okay? But if you check, class, using your calculator, ilan ba yung yung actual na square root of 2.5? Sa calculator, class, the actual value of square root, do I have square root symbol here? Square root of 2.5 is equal to 1.5811. Okay? Now, yan, di ba? Yung actual or yung true value ng square root of 2.5 is supposedly 1.5811. Pero, looking at our solution, which is the linear, what do you call this? Linear interpolation, we have solved for a solution which is 1.5732. Okay? So, there's a slight error. So, ilan ba yung error niya? What do you think? So, for us to get the error, if you could recall sa first topic natin, in order for us to get the error, we simply subtract, or we simply get the difference between the true value and the approximate value. Okay? So, gawin natin. So, the error for this is you simply 1 point. Bali, ano nga yun? True value. You check your ano nga yun? True value. Yeah, true value minus approximate value. The absolute value. 1.5811 minus the approximate value, which is 1.5732. That is how much? That is 1.5811 minus 1.5732. That is 0.00 times 10 raised to negative 3 kasi 0.0079. Okay? That is the error. Can you follow? So, yan ha. Yan yung error niya. Now, what if hindi ito yung ginamit mo? So, kung makikita niyo, no, maliit lang, no, yung slight difference or yung error niya. Now, what if you decided na iba yung gamitin mo na x1 tsaka x2. Let's say yung ginamit mo is etong, let's say yung ginamit mo is etong edit picture, text editor, annotation, ayan. Let's say yung ginamit mo, class, is yung ginamit mo instead of 2 and 3 is yung ginamit mo is etong 2 and 4. Okay? 'Di ba? In between pa rin siya, yung 2.5 belong pa rin siya sa range ni 2 and 4. Let's say yun yung ginamit mo. Okay? Again, let us assume okay, gawa tayo. Okay. Ito, assume you choose your x sub 1 as 2 and your x sub 2 is, let's say, 4. Okay? So what will be your fx1? fx1, I'm sorry. This is fx1, and what will be your fx? Don't mind the yung letters. I mean, small tsaka capital. Don't mind na lang yan. Basta yung I refer it to fx1 and fx2. Okay, so what would be our, if our x1 is 2 and our x2 is 4, what will be our fx1 and fx2? So based on the table that we have there, so if x1 is 2, our fx1 is still 1.4142. Okay, so let us have it here, 1.4142. How about if our x sub 2 is 4, what will be our fx2? So that would be 2. Ayan, 2 siya. So this will be 2. Okay? Now, using the same formula, okay, let us substitute it. Okay, let's substitute. So, having it, eto. So, following the format here, so we have equal, we have fx1 is 1.4142, we have plus, we have our x is still 2.5, of course, and then we have your x sub 1 is still 2, and then we have here fx2, that is 2, we have minus, we have fx1 is 1.4142, and then we have all over our x sub 2 is 4 minus 2. Can you follow? Class? Again, fx2 is 2, and then minus fx1 na 1.4142 divided by x sub 2 na 4, and then x sub 1 na 2. Okay, and then close parenthesis. So using your calculator, kindly compute this. Ayan. Isa-isahin ulit natin. So, we have equal 1.4142. We have plus 2.5 minus 2, that is 0.5. And then, we have ilan tong 2 minus 1.4142, that is 0.5858, 0.5858, and then divided by 4 minus 2, that is 2, of course. Ayan. So, check natin. That is how much? 1.4142 plus, we have 0.5 times 0.5858 divided by 2. That is how much? 1.56065. We have 1.56065. Ayan. So, ito yung magiging ang value na makukuha or approximate natin if yung ginamit natin is etong between 2 and 4. Can you follow? And ano naman yung error pag ito yung ginamit natin? Kasi kanina, 'di ba, yung nakuha natin na approximate is etong 1.5732. Kung ginamit natin is 2 and 4, ito yung makukuha. Ito yung makukuha natin. So, ano yung error dito? Pag ito yung ginamit natin. Pag ito yung ginamit natin na 1.5605. So, the same, to get the error, we simply subtract the true value, which is 1.5811 minus, we have the approximate na 1.56065. Ilan siya? 1.5811 minus 1.560. 1.5811 minus 1.56065. We have 0.02045. Ayan siya. .02045. Now, comparing the two. Ilan ba kanina yung natin? Ilan ba yung error natin kanina? Ito siya, 'Di ba? Yung kanina, 0.0079. Tas ito yung error niya. Now, who do you think or which do you think is merong greater na error? 'Di ba? As we have learned, pag yung na-solve mong error is maliit, obviously, mas malapit siya. 'Di ba? Pero pag malaki yung value ng na-solve mong error, so napakalayo niya. So, what can we conclude from here? So, therefore, we can conclude na etong 0.079 yung ating or much better approximation. It gives us much better approximation, which means na etong 1.5732 yung pinaka-approximate value based sa ating given table. Again, based sa given table siya. Ito yung mas malapit na approximation kung ikukumpara natin sa 1.56065. Obviously naman, di ba? Kasi mas malapit yung 1.5732 kumpara sa 1.5811 kumpara sa 1.56065. Okay? So, ayan class. Yan yung isang example na magagamit natin yung etong linear interpolation. Okay? Kung saan nagbibigay sa atin approximation just by using a line or a straight line. Okay? By the way, if you want to screenshot yung mga solution natin, ito siya. Ito. Wait, I'm sorry. Wait lang ha.